My name is Ashleigh Banfield, and I live at 128 Mansfield.
Could you play that name for me, please?
B like Bravo, A-N-F-I-E-L-D. So I'm a block away from Oakcrest. And I moved out here about a year and a half ago, pursuing the halcyon, quiet streets and the safety for my brand new children. One of them is 1, and the other is 2.5. I'm all for affordable housing. I grew up beside affordable housing in Canada, but not at the expense of the safety to children. And so, to that end, I thought I'd give you a couple of statistics. And the sourcing on these statistics comes from various outlets, which I will cite as I go through this. And this is really just to highlight the seriousness and the severe nature of street safety, which we just heard about. In 2005, 784 cyclists died in the United States roads. 92% of them were crash-related with cars. 4,881 pedestrian fatalities in that year yielded 339 under the age of 14 dead. 64,000 injuries that same year. 1987 to 2005, child cyclists were cited to be more likely than any older cyclist to have been killed on a minor road versus a major U.S. road. I'm sure that we have all had to deal with the requests at birthdays and Christmas for razors and scooters, running shoe skates, skateboards, and any other variant of rolling transportation for a child, but they are increasing more and more. Kids roll nowadays. They don't walk as much as they used to. These statistics, by the way, come from the National Center for Statistics and Analysis and the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration. So these aren't sort of just helmets.org kind of stats. By the way, with our traffic safety analysis that came out tonight, I'm not sure if they were aware that our stop sign was just taken out on the corner of Mansfield and Sunset, I think in April. I don't know that that ever ended up being reported. I don't know if any accidents like that end up being reported or factor into these studies, but that's the kind of accident, if it takes out a stop sign, would certainly take out a bicycle, a scooter, or a stroller, or anything like that. Children under the age of 15 are the most overrepresented group in pedestrian crashes. PedSafe is an organization, it's sort of an acronym for the Pedestrian Safety Guide and Countermeasure Selection System. It's sponsored by the United States Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration. Their bona fide statistics and their bona fide plans. And I want to quote for you part of the mission statement of PedSafe. Planners and engineers should consider problem identification methods such as interactive public workshops, surveying pedestrians and drivers, and talking with police to identify safety problems in an area before crashes occur. Sort of stands to reason, I think. Again, National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration, with a focus on the child, did a study back in 1994 showing that children ages 5 to 15 represent only 16% of the United States population, but they account for 30% of all pedestrian injuries. And in 1994, that same year where they did the focus on the child studies, they had 86 children being killed and injured every day in traffic accidents. I'm going to just close quickly by suggesting to you that there's a phenomenon known as the mid-block dart out, and that's not my verbiage. That's, again, the United States Department of Transportation Bureau of Statistics and the Federal Highway Administration, Highway Safety Administration. They give a description of a type of crash in which a young child is most frequently killed or injured as a pedestrian, and here it is. A child enters the street at mid-block and is struck by a moving vehicle. The, quote, mid-block dart out accounts for 33% of all pedestrian crashes and for 38% of all serious pedestrian injuries. The quotation that follows that in this mid-block dart out study was, communities need to calm traffic to reduce the severity and number of pedestrian crashes. As traffic calms down, children have a better chance of avoiding injury and death.
Thank you. All right, it's 5:11. We'll take one more from the audience if you want to speak. Otherwise, we will.